Welcome to the deep dive. We're always looking through different sources, trying to find those real nuggets of wisdom. And today, well, we're doing a deep dive into something maybe a bit unexpected. It's a piece about spiritual reflection, but it comes from a, well, very physical place. Think of it as maybe a shortcut. Finding those deeper insights in, the ordinary stuff we do every day. We're looking at Pastor Jeong's piece, The Spiritual Discipline of Daily Warm-Up. And it's got this idea, this simple physical truth that holds some really profound spiritual wisdom, actually. It all started with a personal story. Pastor Jeong, he's in his 50s, right? And he talks about playing sports, but skipping the warm-up. The next morning, ouch, he woke up really sore. Stiff shoulder, rotator cuff acting up, hamstring tight. You get the picture. But that physical pain, it wasn't just soreness. It was kind of a wake-up call. It shattered this illusion he had that his body was still young and flexible, ready to go without any prep.
Right. Like he could just jump in like he used to.
Exactly. It was a stark reminder that, well, things change. Time marches on.
Yeah.
So when you read that story about the physical reality check, did that click with anything else for you about how our bodies can teach us things?
Oh, absolutely. It really resonated because that experience, it's so universal, isn't it? We all tend to push ourselves, maybe ignore the signals until our bodies basically shout at us. You know, Pastor Jeong's body sort of keeping score there. It perfectly mirrors that bigger truth. If you neglect the preparation, the foundations, physical or otherwise, you often end up with, well, discomfort or things just don't work as well.
Inefficiency, maybe even injury.
Exactly. It really underlines how important it is to listen to what our bodies and maybe our whole lives are telling us now, not just coasting on how things used to be.
That's a great point. So he realized he'd missed something crucial. The need to warm up, to stretch, to sort of honor his body as it is today, not how it was 20 years ago. And this is where it gets really interesting, for me anyway. He connects that simple physical thing to deep spiritual wisdom, just like our bodies need that prep. He suggests our souls need a warm-up too. Each day is new, a fresh start. And how we step into it with, say, humility, compassion, intention, that really matters. He suggests instead of just, diving headfirst into the day's chaos, we could maybe start by pausing, breathing, and maybe offering a simple prayer of gratitude, something like, thank you, loving God, for this brand new day. But what about someone who likes that idea of an intentional start, but maybe approaches it from a different background, a secular perspective, perhaps? How could they adapt this spiritual warm-up?
That's such an important question because while Pastor Jeong uses language from his own tradition, the core idea isn't really about the specific words. It's about the intentionality, right? The act itself.
Okay.
So for one person, it might just be a moment of quiet reflection, setting a positive intention for the day ahead. For someone else, maybe it's more of a mindfulness practice. A few deep breaths just to ground themselves.
Like an anchor.
Exactly. Or even just a silent acknowledgement of gratitude. Okay, new day, I'm here for it. Whatever feels authentic. The key principle is that conscious act of settling into the present moment, bringing a sense of appreciation with you, letting your spirit, if you like, stretch and prepare.
Soften the heart almost.
Yes. Softening our hearts, making us maybe less rigid in how we think the day should go and more open to what actually happens.
So it's really about preparing our inner selves then for whatever the day brings, challenges or blessings. Like an athlete prepping for a race. And doing this intentional spiritual stretching, it helps us wake up our awareness maybe to actually notice what Pastor Jeong calls the holy and the ordinary.
Finding the sacred in the mundane.
Yeah. It's a gentle way to begin again each day. And that could bring, well, renewed energy, maybe more resilience, more joy.
And this idea of daily renewal, it really echoes some timeless wisdom, doesn't it? It lines up beautifully with concepts like you find in, say, Lamentations, that verse about mercies being new every morning.
Lamentations 3, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Verses 22 and 23. It's this powerful reminder that every single day offers a genuinely fresh start. A chance for new grace, new perspective, no matter what happened yesterday. It's about approaching that new dawn with the same kind of readiness and gratitude that Pastor Jeong found so essential after his wake-up call.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, we've talked about physical prep mirroring spiritual readiness, pausing, breathing, gratitude, softening our hearts to see the holy in the ordinary.
And that powerful idea of mercies being new each morning. So maybe something for you, the listener, to think about after this deep dive. What small intentional warm-up could you possibly weave into your own daily rhythm? Just something small. How might that simple act, that gentle way of beginning again each day, start to redefine how you see the ordinary? Could it unlock some renewed energy, maybe even some unexpected joy for you?